ladies and gentlemen, I've been wanting to talk about this gun ever since it was released. Ever since I saw that video of Tim's face with a full auto, which I'm not showing you that video. I'm not showing you a clip from that, though, because you're going to have that same face when you see this thing in slow motion. But what I will say is this. Today, folks, we were talking about an iconic handgun. A predecessor, the evolution of the first handgun, the C96, which was a successful military pistol at the time, and in my opinion, it's just the most iconic handgun you will ever see, and most iconic because it was Han Solo's blaster. But we're not talking about the C96. No. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the successor to that, one that was used by the Chinese in their civil war, one that is so iconic, in fact, that it's used in Battlefield 1, which is kind of weird, but okay. But Battlefield 5 makes more sense. It is, of course, the M712 Pro Bundle, the Schnellführer by KWC. License, of course, under the Legends, but you don't care about that. You don't care about that. No. What you care about is that right there. That's what you lovely people care about. You care about that full auto. And whether it's as fast as you think it is, as the real steel. But before we do that, we have to open up the gun. The box. In the box, you get a manual. You don't care about that. And another catalog. You don't care about that. And an Allen wrench and some BBs. You don't care about that. No, what you care about is this. The Scout Regiment does not come with it, by the way. This is, ladies and gentlemen, one of the heftiest pieces of metal I've ever seen. It is a magazine-fed CO2. Just mean motherfucker. Only problem is, no lockback. I am not joking on that. I'm going to go ahead and get the negatives out of the way. The safety broke. What I mean by that is, I was out one day, this got dropped during combat, and its internal part broke. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Either way though, as long as you push up on it, the safety does work, but the little piece that kind of broke. Either way though, the magazine is a hefty son of a bitch, and takes CO2 right there. Okay, we're good. It does have a lock open latch right there, but it doesn't lock open like the real steel, which is sad because that would be an interesting thing to do. Either way, though, putting the magazine to the side, of course, because believe me, it's a lot lighter now without the magazine. It does have everything and all the controls and all you need for a Mauser. Now, I am going to be replacing these with wood grips, of course, and I am getting the stock because you cannot have the Schnellführer without the stock, which I will be using along with more magazines. That and all the controls are there. Now, one of the big complaints Tim had was the controls were slow. No, motherfucker, you didn't know how to actually handle it. When handling a Schnellführer, any Mauser pistol like this, you should be able to use the switches with relative haste. And the cool part is, you cannot detach the hammer, but you can actually see the firing mechanism right there. But the best part is ease of takedown. All you have to do is press the little switch there and, well, push back. And voila. But yeah, no, that's the piece that broke, sadly, right there. But you can actually see everything in here, including the bottom half, which the majority of the weight's coming from this right here. But you can actually see how the thing can go full auto, which is right there, more or less just all that. But when it actually flips to semi-auto, it's more or less just right there. Either way, though. But the really cool thing is the controls, the internals. You can do whatever the hell you want with this thing with it taken off like this. And like I said, you can. It's all right there. You can actually see the entire thing working, which is really nice. Either way, though. There we go. But yeah, no, the barrel does actually retract a little bit, which is really weird, but moving on. line that up. And now here's the thing. The sights, you're going to have to get used to because you're going to have to raise the sight picture a little bit. And if you have to, you can grind out the V just a little bit more just to be able to acquire a sight picture. Because believe me, the sight picture on this is pretty bad, but it's not the greatest. But then again, are you really going to be using the sights when all you're going to be doing is flipping this thing to full auto, grabbing it like that, and pulling it out of your holster and holding down the trigger, hosing down the son of a bitch who's trying to get up on you? Or are you going to do like me and basically have the hammer ready, pull it out, and just point and click? Because let's face it, that's what you're probably going to be doing. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to use this on full auto, you're going to need the stock because it is ungodly and unwieldy on full auto. Because, just trust me, you'll see. You'll see. But either way, the cool thing about this is that this is faster than a Glock. And yes, I'm saying that as a statement and challenging motherfuckers. The reason this is faster, and even though Real Steel is the fastest shooting handgun in the world, second to the Austro-Hungarian pistol, that's full auto, is because of this. The firing block is just this. It's this one simple piece of metal that's moving. The entire gun ain't moving, it's just this. Meaning it's a simple blowback. Which is why the Real Steel is so effective, because it's a simple blowback. It's a simple blowback pistol. And it's so good. Like, Jesus Christ, is it really good. Either way, though. I've gone, spoke 'em a piece. Let's take this out to the range and see how she performs. Here we are with the Mauser M712 on semi-automatic. Safety off. Round loaded. Chronograph on. Let's see what the FPS is, shall we? 428. 417. 415. 411. 406. 404. And that's another big downside, is there is no lockback feature, even though there is a lockback lug on the magazine. So the only way you're going to be able to tell is if you pull out the magazine, you actually... Yeah, either way though. So yeah, we are getting outdoor FPSs out of this. 181 feet. We will test that. Either way though. There is a slow leak in the magazine, sadly. So yeah, it's definitely going to hinder performance. Either way though. Let's go ahead, take this outside, and see how she performs, shall we? Right, here we are. Magazine. Wallace has stopped hissing a bit, like it was leaking. We have the Mauser here, which really does suck that it doesn't have a lock open, but something they can work on in the future. Siege is off, it's on single. Let's see if it will hit the box. They are literally being flung. With the lightweight BBs, no. Can it hit the barn, though? Yes. Yes, it can. It can hit the barn. It's beyond 50 feet. You guys don't care about that. You're here for what this bad boy can do in full auto. So I'm going to bring you guys directly under this, directly on top of this. I will flip it to full auto, which I have done right now, and you guys get to see this in glorious.
Once again, I love my job. Also, I am sorry if you saw me doing this the entire time. It was because I needed to make sure that the magazine was empty. But even then, you know me, I still did it on full auto because, again, did you see how fast that was going? Did you see? Let's get back to the studio and talk about this, shall we?
There's a reason I love this gun. Not just because of the rate of fire, but just for the performance of it. And you're going to have to use heavier BBs, by the way. Like, if you use this thing, you can't use .2s. You're going to have to use .25s or something heavier, because if you try to use .2s out of this thing, you're going to have a bad time. But, in terms of this pistol, it's great. It's honestly amazing. The only downside is it doesn't have a hop-up, but you could install a hop-up. Any company that tries to remake this pistol or bring another CO2 pistol like this out there with the full stock or even the other modifications that this gun has had in the real steel world, then please, I'm begging you, do so. And this being $120, worth the price tag. Worth every single price tag just for that. Just for it being a CO2 Mauser and not a green gas. And believe me when I say, I'm going to be making some upgrades to this. I'm going to put a Type bore inner barrel in here. I'm going to put real wood grips on here. The red 9 grips on here, because this is technically the 9mm version. Technically. And of course I'm going to be putting the real wood stock on this, that way I have my full auto carbine on there. Carbine. Both ways you could say that word. Either way, though. But in all seriousness, though, this is well worth the price tag. Just get it. Not only because it fully replicates a German beauty and German ingenuity, and an iconic handgun from not only World War I, but also World War II, and onward, but also because of Han Solo's pistol, the Red 9 from Resident Evil 4, the handgun in Grand Theft Auto 5. Yes, I'm mentioning the games. But outside of that... Oh, and Bioshock. I also forgot to mention Bioshock. But either way, this gun, the Mauser M712, gets no more, no less than a 9 out of 10. It is a must-own. The only downsides that keep it from getting a 10 out of 10 is, one, no lock open on the last shot, like the real steel Mauser. No... Well, this was an obvious one. No hop-up. And finally, while yes, the magazine they give you is very good, a bigger magazine would actually be very nice. Thank you very much. Either way, though, it's a really good gun. It's worth the price tag. Go get one, guys. Just get yourself a Mauser and stand out against the crowds and have the best rate of fire, faster than anyone on the field. Because believe me, if the slow-mo was anything to go by, this has the power. Anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL. The comments AirsoftAL reviews bad guns, so you don't buy them. Till next time.